Hello, welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. This is a Benchwarmer podcast. My name is Eric G. Hate Me 702. And as always, we have the man, the myth, the legend.
Jeremy with a G.
There we go.
I was trying to think of another name, but
I
was trying to think of another name, but I couldn't come up with one. I blanked out.
Me and Alyssa were playing Minecraft, and we had to name our animals. And she was laughing at me because I was naming the animals off of Snowfall, the show. I was like, she's like, what do you want to name this animal? I was like, Franklin, Leon, Jerome, Louis. By the way, if you have not seen that show, Snowfall, that show is fucking epically good. That is an amazing thing. Kind of weird how they do it, but it's a very, very good show. Okay, so this is gonna be a good show. A lot of stuff to get into, unlike the comedy show we went to on New Year's. We went to this comedy show. Jeremy got free tickets. He was gracious enough to invite me and take me with him. We were sitting front row. That's probably the worst thing they could have done to us, was have me and Jeremy sit front row at a boring ass comedy show in the middle of the Georgia Old Miss game.
All right.
Like that comedian looked at us multiple times and saw both of us just looking at his phone.
Watching football because you suck.
He even asked me, he's like, are you all right? I was like, yeah, I'm just stretching. You boring, but I didn't say that. But all right, so we're gonna get into it. Sam is sick. Sam is still going through his arm thing. So you go send a shout out to Kelder Rock. He's been going through some shit. Oh shit, today's my dad's birthday. I just forgot today was my dad. I just remembered now. I looked and it said January 3rd. So let me text him real quick. So got to go see him. It's weird because his birthday is January 3rd. I didn't even type happy birthday in. And as soon as I went to the phone, it said, and I typed in the text message, it goes, save his birthday. Stop listening to me, bitch. So, yeah. I hope everybody had a safe New Year's. Jeremy, how was your New Year's? What did you do?
I didn't do a goddamn thing.
Same. It rained here in Vegas, which was nice because it killed the fireworks all around. Some of them were not fireworks.
No, some of them were definitely not fireworks. I know there was guns outside my house.
Oh, my mom said the same thing, and I was literally sitting up in bed because my dog starts barking when the fireworks go off, and I heard a rattle, and I was like, "Oh, that's not a firework. That's not." People, my wife's like, "Yes, it was." I'm like, "No, fireworks don't go like that." It's probably just people having fun, celebrating, shooting stuff up in the air. Dummies, because what goes up must come down. Yeah, I didn't do anything. I stayed at home. And Anthony, we're not even going to put that bad juju on them right now.
Hey, I'll take multiple first round picks.
Why? The late first round pick?
I'll take multiple first round.
Oh, I thought you said Baltimore's first round pick. Oh, so okay. Well, he bring it up. Would it be crazy if the Ravens trade for Max Crosby? No, it would not be crazy if any team traded for Max Crosby. Especially with
give me multiple first round picks.
Yeah, especially with reports that are going around.
Anyway, we should have been rebuilding this year.
Yeah. So with the reports going around, that would not be crazy. My thought process though is, why the fuck would the Ravens trade for more defense? Like, they're not the same defensive team that they were years ago, but putting Max Crosby and giving up multiple first round picks and putting him on your defense does not solve their problem. Am I wrong?
Give me a receiver and give me 2 years worth of first round picks.
Ain't nobody got the Ravens ain't got no receivers.
Who's the one receiver they got?
Zay Flowers.
The 26-year-old.
Zay Flowers. Or Bateman.
I think that's the receiver.
You don't want Bateman. Zay Flowers is 25. He's number 4. The other one is Rashad Bateman, right?
see.
He's 26. Bateman in 2 second round. Yeah, I would not. I would not take Bateman. I would no. Y'all see that's if they get a bidding war, that's not a bad idea. But that doesn't move the needle for me. The dude has 19 receptions this year for 224 yards. Over his career, in 64 games, he's got 157 receptions and 21 yards, 2,100 yards with 15 touchdowns. So, I mean, his touchdowns aren't bad. He's got by season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got 5 seasons.
Yeah, so he averages 42 receptions, 570 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Don't get me wrong. That's not. I wouldn't be a bad trade unless it was somebody like Max Crosby. So if you're going to give up, and the 2 first-round picks are going to be late first-round picks. Well, I mean, what did they get for Micah? So they got 2 future first-round picks and a defensive tackle. So yeah, that might be right where it's at. Never mind. I'm just saying, y'all should open that up. I'm saying y'all should.
Yeah, I'll take Rashad Bateman and 2 first-round picks.
Send 25.7 for Crosby. Dude is fucking. So I don't. Yeah, 2 first-round picks, but I mean,
I mean, if you let Pete Carroll make a decision, that probably wouldn't even want to take because he's retarded. But
I think you might be able to get better than Bateman, though.
The Ravens don't really have anything. Like, I don't want any other receiver there.
That's what I'm saying. You could get better from a different team.
What other team?
Oh, if Max Crosby's up for trade, and with how many coaches are on the hot seat, watch there be a couple teams that are. What about the Bills? That are destined to know that they're one piece away. You could see the Bills try to make a trade for him. The Ravens try to make a trade for him. Not the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers could, depending on what they're doing with Aaron Rodgers. That'd be fucking crazy. TJ Watt and Max Crosby. Maybe the Texans try to push for him. Patriots, like any playoff team, literally would give that up. Would give up 2 first rounds and somebody. Especially depending on where you're picking. So, like, if at the end of this season, the Bills don't win the Super Bowl, but they have to give up the 29th pick and next year's first round pick and fucking Keon Coleman, who the fuck's not doing that?
Keon Coleman's a headache.
But who the fuck's not trying? That's what I know, but that's why they would give it to him.
Hopefully the Raiders wouldn't take it.
But he's a young receiver, 2 years in. So that becomes the issue.
2 years in is already a headache.
Oh, the Raiders aren't taking Ayuk.
And they're not taking just 1 first round pick.
They're not taking Ayuk. The Raiders have already had too many headache receivers that they've traded for. They're not trading for Ayuk. Now, the 49ers definitely would do that, but I don't think the 49ers, yeah, they could with trading Ayuk. That's right. Let's see. What other teams could trade for him? Cowboys.
Cowboys ain't got no picks left.
They just got 2 from exactly. They just got 2 from the Packers. That was Al Davis's MO.
Mark Davis's MO is
Yeah, Mark Davis's MO is a little different. Don't get me wrong. If Al Davis was there, he would have drafted IU. Let's get into some NFL playoff predictions. Since we're talking about what teams could be making the playoffs, what teams could be trading. We basically know there's only two God damn, can I talk? There's only two positions open, two spots left open. The 4 seed in the north and the 4 seed in the south, which both of them play. I think they play today, yeah. Tampa and Carolina play today, and Pittsburgh and the Ravens play tomorrow, right? How am I not seeing this? Oh, there it is. They play Sunday at 5:20. So outside of that, everybody else is set. I don't think they're even going to see any seeding because I think the reports are Josh Allen isn't playing this week.
There's a lot of people that aren't playing.
He might come in and start. He's good to go versus Jets to continue start streak in a farewell. So he's probably going to go in and start, but he's probably not going to play that long. I think they're okay facing the Patriots for the 7th seed or the Broncos in the first round of the playoffs. All right, so what are your predictions? Who do you think gets in? Steelers or Ravens? Steelers or Ravens?
Just out of pettiness, I hope it's the Ravens.
I don't.
Just out of pettiness.
I
wasn't trying to be petty, I'd like to see the Steelers. But
what's the pettiness?
I want to send Rodgers back to his dark dungeon, drug inhibited slumber.
We're on different sides, which is so funny because you want to send him back to a slumber, and I want to say, oh, that's right, they traded it for Quinn Williams. I want to send him off into retirement on a higher note.
I don't give a fuck what note he goes in retirement as long as it's not a good one.
Okay.
Send him off on a D flat.
I think it would be nice for him to go out on a high.
I think it'd be nice for him to go off on a broken leg. Or a broken jaw. Or a broken orbital socket.
Okay.
Or a poke to the eye.
All right. So next game.
Or a boot to the ass.
Bucks or Panthers? Wait, I have a question. Listen to this. Listen to how stupid NFL.com thing is, okay? The Steelers currently have a 40% chance to make the playoffs. The Ravens have a 60% chance. If they win, if either team wins, they have a 99% chance of making the playoffs. Not 100%, 99, okay? Panthers versus the Bucks. Panthers have a 77% right now. Bucks have 23%. If the Panthers win, they have a 99% chance of making the playoffs. If they lose, they have a 60% chance of making the playoffs. They can't make the playoffs if they lose.
They probably need other teams to do
stuff. No. Every other spot is set.
So then are you giving us accurate information or are you just fucking...
No, this is on NFL's website. Hold on, listen to this.
That does not mean it's accurate.
Listen to this. The Buccaneers, if they win, they only have a 40% chance to make the playoffs. So these two games are the only positions left. The only positions left up for grabs is the NFC South and the AFC North. The winner of these games will automatically get the 4 seed. Every other team is locked in the playoffs. So
Packers could win that 2 seed. Seeding isn't set.
No seedings, but there's no way for the Panthers to make the playoffs if they lose. And there's no way for the Buccaneers to miss the playoffs if they win. I think they literally just took the Buccaneers from last week and just
the NFL. On. They're special. We should know not to look at their site.
Did the Colts change their logo?
No. Just their quarterback.
Why the fuck is...
And their owner on the sideline with a headset who doesn't know football. She's down there calling soccer plays.
Okay. So why the fuck is that the Colts logo?
Look, it's the fucking NFL. You're asking us like we know what kind of retarded shit they fucking do on a daily basis.
Why the fuck is this the Buccaneers logo?
That's their old school logo.
I know that. But they're just picking and choosing what the fuck they want to use. That's the old Bills logo.
Yeah.
That's the old Chargers logo.
Chargers logo.
Like, who the fuck is running their website?
Some unpaid intern. That's the old Raiders logo.
I was about to say. I don't know if it is or not. But yeah, all right. So fuck that. That website just gave me a headache. Go to the chat real quick. Okay. What about the Bills? New England. Bills won't have Crosby. Yep. They don't have the first round because they traded it for whatchamacallit. Quinn Williams. Thinks Pittsburgh. I hate the Ravens. Rodgers is the only QB I can recall that openly screams at his teammates, treats them like shit. It's sad that he will end up there. Have you heard the stories of Peyton Manning and Tom Brady?
Still doesn't mean he's not a cunt.
He is a cunt. He is a piece of shit. But he is not the only quarterback that openly screams at their teammates. That is some bullshit. TJ Watt and Lamar, they got to be playing because it's for the season, so they need to be playing. They are pulling a Cleveland Indian. What's up, everyone? What's up? Happy New Year, buddy. Keep up your great work as well. New Year. Yeah, keep up the great work. Okay. So now that we just figured out who they come, I hope the Panthers win. I don't like, fuck Baker. Okay, so who do you have representing the AFC in the Super Bowl?
Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that you had saw David Tyree. That's cool. I forget all about him. I mean, he made one of the greatest catches in the Super Bowl history. That's one of the greatest things ever. But at the same time, until people bring up his name, I kind of forget about him. So it was nice seeing you guys reach out to him and talk to him. Stop it. Stop it now. I can literally pull up on YouTube right now a compilation of fucking quarterbacks yelling at their players. Don't get me wrong. Rodgers is an asshole. But there's no way that is the only... Remember when he got fucking Jamal Williams or whatever traded from the Packers because he ran the ball out of the end zone. He's a complete asshole. But there's no way he's the only one. Peyton had a whole fucking beef with his kicker. Peyton told the fucking newspaper that his kicker should shut up and make field goals. Everybody that's great, Rodgers, may not be great to some people, but I think he's a great... They're all going to have those. They're all going to have those issues.
I'm going to take the Texans.
You're going to take the Texans?
Yeah.
Give me your reasoning.
It's because I think the Texans are a better team. And fuck the Broncos and fucking Patriots. I don't want to pick an AFC West team, and it was a fumble, not a forward pass. So fuck the Patriots. And I like CJ Stroud.
Texas would be a wild ride. You're 100% right on that. He said, fuck the Patriots. Hey, Brady admitted it was a fumble.
I don't know. I have a feeling the Texans are a better team. And I don't care. Everybody can make comments on the last fucking video that the Broncos are a playoff team, and the definition of being a playoff team is because you're in the fucking playoffs. The Broncos are. I don't give a fuck if they're in the playoffs or if they're at fucking goddamn pearly gates, fucking talking with fucking Jesus Christ. Fucking these motherfuckers aren't a fucking playoff team.
You took it out of my. You know what? Let's put it this way. If we're gonna talk, be by the line, yes. But what he's saying for people that don't understand it is the only thing that makes them a playoff team is their record. Like you watch them play the Chiefs, and you go, they're gonna get outed in the first round of the playoffs. Like whoever they play, they're gonna play at home, and they're going to get beat. Just like remember when he told everybody Tulane and whatchamacallit should be in the fucking playoffs? Who was the other team?
Look, they beat the Raiders 10-7.
And I know what people are going to say. They're going to come back and be like, yo, the Chiefs were winning one-score games. The Chiefs looked like a playoff team last year when they were winning one-score teams. This team doesn't. New England not a playoff team. No, it's weird. We're having a weird football season where teams that should not be good are really, really good. I'm not going to say it's a schedule because it's who you put in front of them. You win your games that you win. Oh, well. But at the same time, there's shit that are anomalies. Okay? This should not be happening. Like the Seahawks with fucking Sam Darnold are number one, followed by the Bears. Like this is just fucking weird. The Bills are seventh. So yeah, it's just a weird season. I would be honest.
The fucking Panthers are first in the South.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna take the word from him. I think the Jaguars got it. I think the Jaguars got it this year 100%. I agree with you on that too. We'll get in that in a second. I think the Jaguars got it 100% this year. Depending on, their matchup. So if it ends right now, 2-7 would be Bills. So it's the Jaguars and the Chargers. We've seen this play out before. Okay. Anybody remember? Granted, somebody had a 27-point comeback, but we've seen it play out before, right? I think it was the Jaguars. So I just think the Jaguars could beat the Chargers. And then depending on, we'll say the Steelers are the 4-5, Texans beat the Steelers. Then you got the Bills beat the Patriots. So the Bills go to the Broncos. Jaguars play the Texans. I think they beat them. And then it ends up being the Bills and the fucking Jaguars in the AFC Championship. I can see that happening. And Josh Allen will do Josh Allen fucking things. Or Josh Allen teams will. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see. That is a very good one. Well, they played the Bills twice.
They lost to the Raiders.
Yeah, the first game of the season. Made everybody feel good. They lost to the Steelers. So they beat the Bills. Holy shit. Anthony. Wow. I did not. Okay. They have. So right off the top of my head, I'm thinking of teams that have a winning record. Raiders don't. They lost to them. Dolphins don't. Steelers do. They lost to the Steelers. They beat the Panthers. Panthers do have a winning record, right? Or are they 8-8? Panthers are 8-8 right now, so they can end the season with a losing record. So I'm not going to count that. They beat the Bills. Then that's 2 teams with a winning record. Then they played the Saints, the Titans, the Browns, the Falcons, the Bucks, the Jets, the Bengals, the Giants, the Bills again, the Ravens, and right now I don't think the Ravens have a winning record.
And the Jets. And then
And
they got the Dolphins.
they've literally played 5 teams that are 500 or better. And out of those 5, only 3 of them technically have a winning record. And right now, only 3 of them are in the playoffs. I did not realize it was that bad. I wonder if that's the same thing with the Broncos. We know they played the Chargers. Okay, so we got
Titans, Colts,
yep.
Chargers.
Well, the Colts were good there. The Chargers,
Eagles, Jets, Giants, Cowboys, Texans, Raiders, Chiefs, Commanders,
Packers,
Raiders,
Jaguars,
Jags.
Okay, so the Broncos have actually played 7 teams that have that, and all 7 of them are in the playoffs. Besides the Colts, well, not the Colts. I gave the Colts because they had a winning record until Daniel Jones went down. But Chargers are in the playoffs. Eagles are in the playoffs. Texans are in the playoffs. Packers are in the playoffs. Jaguars are in the playoffs. Chargers are in the playoffs. Ben Johnson is the MVP. Third place schedules are making the Donkeys and Patsies look good. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you now on that. Not a playoff team. Nope, 100%. Ben Johnson is the MVP. Not only is he the MVP, he became more of the MVP after the Lions went bad. Bye-bye. After the Lions offense looked so horrible down the stretch, you could see Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down all the time was fucking stupid. Dan Campbell said, I'm going to call plays. Bitch, you are a defensive-minded coordinator. When you say MVP, Matt Stafford is still my number 1. Rams played good teams. Oh, yeah, Rams played very good teams, but so did the Seahawks.
I'll be right back.
Okay. The Seahawks played good teams, too. They played because they played basically the same schedule. So they got the Packers, the 49ers, the Steelers, the Jaguars, the Texans, the Rams, 6. The Rams again, 7. So they're playing about 8 to 9 playoff teams. The MVP will be the Titans when they hire Nagy and get him the fuck away from the Chiefs. Oh my God. Please let somebody get rid of Nagy. I'm so sick. I'm waiting for ESPN or some of these other analysts to come up and say that shit besides fucking Nick Wright. The Chiefs offense doesn't look as good. It's a dynasty. Our offense has not looked as good since they hired Matt Nagy. I'm just putting that out there. Oh, my bad. Matthew Stafford should be, dude, fuck that. Sam Darnold, MVP, point blank, in the story. Sam Darnold should be MVP. They should just give that boy MVP. Great story. Who the fuck saw the Seahawks becoming the number 1 team in the league? Yeah, number 1 league in the team. Who by far, or number 1, I'm sorry, yeah, number 1 team in the league. Bears, Patriots, they could end up being the number 2 team in the league, but top 2 team. Put away that division, had a very, very tough schedule, and he's played outstanding. I think 100%. Yo, what do you think? Do you think who do you think should be for MVP? I said Sam Darnold.
Hold on.
So right now it's Drake May, Matt Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, and Bo Nix. Why is Drake May? Oh shit! Shut the fuck up. Yeah, why is he number? Why is he number one? Okay, Sam Darnold's going to be taken out because of his stats. But he's still for 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, with an 8.87 yard completion. Matt Stafford's thrown for 4,400, 200 more yards, 12 more touchdowns to the same fucking interception rating. I don't get this. Okay, well, in that case, why the fuck is it? Okay, well, we can't say that because Trevor Lawrence or Bo Nix is 4,000. He's below Sam Darnold. And he's thrown 500 less yards. Well, 7 less touchdowns. Okay, all right. Fuck Drake May. Fuck Drake May. I hate the fucking MVP. See, last year, that's why they should have given it to Saquon Barkley. They should have just fucking gave it to Saquon Barkley last year. Did I hate this vote so bad? Yeah, I do not like. Ever since he got hired, I was like, why are we? I don't care that he is one of your people, Reed, and I know you're very loyal. And maybe it's that you're calling the plays anyway. And I don't care, but look, fuck the bullshit. Get rid of him. Please, somebody get rid of him. He is not good. And even if you're calling the plays, Reed, he's still sitting up there coaching. He's still getting players ready. He has to put them in the right positions. He's not good. And our offense did nothing but rely on Pat Holmes for the last 2 years. 3 years. When did he get hired? Well, you won a Super Bowl with him. Shut up. No, he got hired 2 years ago, right?
Who?
Nagy with the Chiefs. Since 2023, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. 2023, 2024, 2025. Yeah, you won a Super Bowl with him. You won a Super Bowl without him. Yeah, he's not good. Yeah, 4. Nope, he's only been there 3. Because he got fired in 2021, but he didn't start coaching until 2023 with us. Yeah, either way, way too long. I agree with you as well. Need to get him the fuck out of here. All right, so playoff prediction. Let's get back to that. Who you got representing the NFC in the Super Bowl?
Ooh. Probably Seahawks.
Okay. You think Sam Darnold's going to come through? No collapses?
Out of pure pettiness again, I hope that the Seahawks go to Super Bowl.
I know.
Just so Pete Carroll looks like a fucking idiot.
I was definitely sold on the Bills for a while until last week. And whether Josh Allen's going to be injured. I like the Seahawks. I like that pick, but I'm not going to pick the same team. I really do like the Rams pick. But for some odd reason, I'm drawn to this 49ers. For some odd reason, I'm drawn to the 49ers going on a run.
Wait, did you say the Bills?
He said in the AFC, Bills or Denver. Oh. NFC, Seahawks or Rams. 49ers, I'm drawn to the 49ers. Some odd reason, I'm drawn to them. I'd fuck the Eagles. Fuck Caleb Williams and the Bears. Fuck. Yeah, I'm between the Niners and Rams. I would love to see Matthew Stafford right off with another Super Bowl. But yeah, if I had to flip a coin, gun to my head right now, Niners. My playoff prediction: Niners versus the Jazz. What coaches do you think are coaching for their job this weekend?
I think think Raheem Morris,
Okay, Falcons.
Dan Campbell, and maybe the Cardinals coach.
So the Falcons have to beat the Saints for him to keep his job, or is he gone no matter what?
I think he may be gone no matter what.
Okay. I agree with the Cardinals, but I mean, I think again, the Cardinals. The weirder thing with the Cardinals is because of what's going to go on with Kyler Murray, I think he actually stays. But there could be a new coach. The Titans already got fired. Oh, because he's an interim coach. Got it.
Stefanski's gone. He's not
Yes.
coaching the first job. He's just going to be gone.
Yeah.
I
say the Bucks.
Hopefully, fucking Pete Carroll.
Todd Bowles.
I got a feeling he's going to be still there.
I think Todd Bowles versus the Panthers. If Todd
Bowles
loses,
I think Mike McDaniel.
He's gone. I don't think if he wins, it matters. He's gone.
I think that's it.
So I would say the Raiders definitely. And if the Raiders win tomorrow, Pete Carroll will be fired. He 100% will be fired. Or he might be fired anyway, and Pete Carroll might do one of the
well, even with the win, we can still get the number 1 pick.
Yeah, but Pete Carroll might do the Lovie Smith thing. But I think Bowles is coaching for his job for sure. He has to win tomorrow. If he does not win, or today, if he does not win and they lose the playoffs, I think he's gone. I think the Vikings coach should be coaching for his job. I don't know how Kevin O'Connelly is not coaching for his job. Raiders, like I've already explained that. And I think the Ravens. There's been a lot of talk about Harbaugh. How many fourth quarter all season, how many fourth quarter leads he's blown, all this stuff. So I definitely question. Which former quarterback has more rushing yards than Bo Jackson?
I don't know.
So it's the other Harbaugh in LA Chargers. He has 5 more career rushing yards than Bo Jackson.
Am I supposed to applaud?
No, I just saw that stat on a video, looked it up, and was like, that's fucking crazy. Because the NFL asked all the coaches, what current coach has more rushing yards than Bo Jackson for his career? And they went through like Sean McVay, all of them. They went through none of it. And then finally, the other Harbaugh, the Ravens Harbaugh, goes, he's in our conference, give me the division. He goes, West. He goes, oh, Harbaugh. Yeah, but no coach could get it. Zach Taylor should be fired. I don't think he's coaching for his job. I think that decision's already been made. Mike McDaniel might be the next Raiders or Browns head coach.
He won't be the Raiders head coach.
I think the Browns head coach, Kevin Stefanski, is already gone. I don't think if he wins, it matters. And I think the Jets are actually going to give Aaron Glenn another year. I think, and the reason why is look how many since we've started the podcast, Jeremy. Okay, they've had Adam Gase, Todd Bowles, or did Todd Bowles come before Adam Gase? I think he came after. Robert Saleh. Okay, so we have Aaron Glenn, Robert Saleh, Adam Gase. So since they had Adam Gase, they've fired 2 head coaches. I don't think they fire another one right now. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I don't think I think there's a lot of coaches like Eric Bieniemy or Romeo Crennel. I think there's a lot of coaches that are not fit to be head coaches, but I just don't think they fire him. I think they give him more time. Shit, even their last couple coaches, they gave Adam Gase got fired. But this is the thing. Do we think that they were going to be good before they came into the season? That is true. So, but I just don't think they fired him right now. I think they're going to give him another year. They fired too many coaches. That was my thing with Pete Carroll, was they owed too many coaches, or they fired too many coaches. They're probably going to give him another year. So, yeah, I think really it's just Todd Bowles right now. It's the only one I think is really coaching for the job. All right. So everybody sees it coming. Chris Jericho coming back to WWE. He was a free agent as of January 1st. There's already reports and rumors that he's basically going to sign with them. They already have plans in the works. So, Jeremy, what would you like to see from Chris Jericho's return?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I would have rather seen him come back during Cena's retirement tour. But I don't know. The list. Bring back the list.
That's what I was going to say. I want to see
on the list.
I want him and Kevin Owens back together for a brief moment. I would love for Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and they get maybe Sami Zayn, and just take on the Vision. And he has kind of like, not like the best friends forever, but I just love that those two together. It was so good to play off each other. I would love to see that return happen. For maybe not for, not a full on faction, but like Chris Jericho comes, starts feuding, and then his boys come and back him up. And it's all Canadian themed too. If Vince McMahon was there, it'd be like Team Canada. But yeah, I love the list. You just made the list. Who are some people you would like to see him wrestle against? You're going to hate who I pick. And would you rather him go to Raw or SmackDown?
I don't think it really matters. I think you just bounce in between both. I mean, who wants to wrestle? I don't know. Probably some of the new talent. I want to see him push some of the new talent.
Yeah. I'm thinking his first feud back should be Logan Paul. I think that would be a very good feud for Chris to come back get his feet back into the WWE style of things, and Logan Paul would get eviscerated. Like Chris Jericho would literally eviscerate Logan Paul on the mic. So that's the reasoning why I would love to see it. I think that would be a great back and forth where Chris could be able to put him in check, use his old wisdom and all that stuff. But that would also be their lead into the vision. Yeah, but I think that would be a great feud to start off with. His technical, slowed down style versus Logan's over the top, high flying style.
Dom sidelined for a while.
Yeah, Dime sidelined for that shoulder injury. This is a problem with Dom. I like Dom. I like Dom a lot. I don't like Dom on the mic. I do not like him very much on the mic. And I'm not saying that Logan is the greatest on the mic, but Logan can hold his own. And he's not going to upstage somebody. So I think if the greatest thing for WWE would be able to come and let Chris Jericho cut his own fucking promos and build his own storyline because he's fucking a genius. I know Brock Lesnar is retiring this year too, but Brock, there's a lot of this is Andy. This is how you know. I don't know how old you are. This is how you know I'm getting old. Okay, because motherfuckers that I've seen them come into wrestling and retire. Like I was just thinking about that. I was watching. Oh, by the way, if y'all didn't know, Netflix has released most of the pay-per-views for WWE. So Elimination Chamber, Survivor Series, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, all that good stuff. So I immediately went to the 1997 Survivor Series, started watching that, and first thing I thought of was, damn, I'm fucking old because I like this. The opening match I thought was better than a lot of matches WWE has right now, just from the storyline telling, the way they told the story, and it was an opening match. It wasn't that big of a feud. It was the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and the Godwins versus the Headbangers and the New Blackjacks. So Terry Bradshaw and Wyndham. Put together Survivor Series match because at that time all the Survivor Series matches were four-man tags. So, but the way they explained the story, the way that the story went, it was really, really good. And that's when I noticed I'm getting old because I looked at Billy Gunn and I was like, damn, that motherfucker looks great. Oh, he's still wrestling. And people are talking about how the fuck is he still doing it? I'm old as fuck. I am old as fuck. Like there's so many times on my normal days that I just realized, God damn, I'm getting fucking old. Like you'll hear somebody say some shit, they'll be like, dude, fuck. When I hit my 40s, it's over. I'll be like, fuck that bitches. Chris would be easy. No. So the problem with it would be hard. You're right, because what type of match does he want to have? So Roman or Braun, I don't even think a match with Braun would be good with Brock. They're two similar styles. And don't get me wrong, Braun Breaker is nice size, but Brock towers or dwarfs him. It depends on what kind of match do they want. Do they want a squash match? Do they want a competitive match? I mean, if they want muscle versus power versus speed or power versus technicality, you might see a Chad Gable versus him when Chad Gable comes back to get in some of that wrestling style. But I don't know. It depends on how they book him towards the end. Because Brock is a weird one to book because he's not a great worker. His matches are basically the same. So, I mean, really honestly, if it was me, I'd book Kofi to get his win back. Give him the title and let Kofi beat him for the win. What do you think about that? What do you think about Brock's last match? How do you think that booking will go?
It's going to be the same three moves.
Yep.
Same steroid-induced match.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
which one? Are you talking about Javon Evans?
Trick Williams just moved up.
Trick Williams, Javon Evans.
He just moved a whole bunch of people up.
Yep. Which honestly, WWE should do two things. They should move people up and down at the same time.
Jordan Grace is moving up.
Yeah. They should move like, okay, we're moving the ruler.
They haven't moved him up. They brought him up for a match with Cody.
Oh, Obi Fim. Yeah, they haven't brought him up yet.
They just moved him up for a match with Cody after he beat Ricky Saints. But Trick Williams just came up.
Yeah, they'll probably bring him up sooner or later. Now, if they bring him up, yes, that would be a great matchup. I don't really know about Trick Williams, buddy. I love his motto. I love Whoop That Trick. I love that song from
his outfits irritate me.
Yeah, that's what I love, because I don't know if you're trying to be a pimp. I don't know what you're trying to do, because Whoop That Trick was a pimp from Hustle and Flow. So I love that show. I love that song. I'm so glad that somebody took that. But I just don't like him. I think he's a very good wrestler. I just don't like his personality. Not a big fan of it. So what else we got? Hold on. Oh, Royal Rumble. What is we doing? What do you think about the Royal Rumble coming up?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything on it.
And it's kind of weird, huh?
I haven't seen a whole lot of advertising about it.
I think it's because of John Cena's last match, like the Saturday Night Main Event. But you're right. There has not been a lot of advertising on it.
I mean, I've only seen about the January 5th stuff.
Yeah, for Netflix. So for the Netflix anniversary. So it'll be held in January 31st in Saudi Arabia. But I don't know who's going to be in it. Like, you could see they're starting to do it now. Like, WWE is just starting to do it now. They're promoting it right now on their website. So they have Cody, CM, Jey Uso, Penta, Tiffany, Stephanie, Drew McIntyre, and Jade Cargill on the poster. But their featured stars below are Cody, CM Punk, Jade Cargill, Stephanie, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. But that's all they have on it. And then they have their, because the whole month of January they're out of the country. So yeah, I don't know much about it. But I mean, that would be the perfect return for Chris Jericho. I don't think so. I haven't heard that.
God only knows these days.
Yes, it will be on Netflix for most countries outside the U.S. In the U.S., it will stream on the ESPN app as the Peacock deal ended. Yep. Yeah, they've moved all of their PLEs in the U.S. from Peacock to ESPN at the end of 2025. I would love for it to be on Netflix. Netflix needs to come on and get some more shit on there. I love their Raw on fucking. I absolutely love Raw on Netflix. I like it way better than I liked it before. All right, last thing we gonna get into. We gonna finish we got 2 more things before we finish our teams of what we picked. We got to get Sam and M's vote. But this year, this one was kind of hard. We couldn't really find a best O-line year. And we weren't doing that with the other team players, giving them a best year. So we picked out faux O-lines that we thought were good. And whatever O-line, 80s, 90s, 70s. Most of these O-lines played together 9 to 10 years. I'm not sure about the Bears. But offensive line, the 80s Redskins, that was their team name at the time, was the Redskins, the Washington Redskins, and they were called the Hogs.
The Piggies. The Piggies.
The Pigapigs. Well, you gotta love the 70s and 80s. They had some great names for fucking teams. Steel Curtain, the Purple People Eaters, whatever the fuck they were called. They had some
People Eaters.
They had some great. All we get is the Legion of Boom. We got the 90s Cowboys, which everybody knows about the 90s Cowboys, had Larry Allen on them. They also won 3 Super Bowls. We got an underrated team. Because I'm going to say underrated because I didn't realize how good the 70s Raiders offensive line was until I started doing this. But that offensive line was fucking amazing. The 70s Raiders. And then we got the 80s Bears. 80s Bears is with Walter Payton Bears, the 1985, one of the greatest teams ever assembled. That line helped Walter Payton run for tons and tons of yards. So we got the 80s Bears. So we're going to live it up to Jeremy first so he can go ahead and pick his first pick. Because we know who he's going to take. We ain't going to make it no surprise.
Well, of course I'm taking Gene Upsaw, Jim Otto, Art Shell. Come on.
I'm just saying we knew who you was taking.
Give me 00.
So he taking the 90s Cowboys, but that ain't nothing to fuck around with. That 90s Cowboys team is nothing to fuck around with. You know what I'm saying? That is a great team. But where did it go? Where did I go? This is it. I'm going to give you the team I'm going with, okay? So, not this one. This was not it. I'm going to go with the 80s Redskins.
Oh.
Huh? Yeah, I'm going with the 80s Redskins. First of all, because it allows me to say the 80s Redskins. That's the first thing, okay? Second thing, because they had a nickname. They were called the Hogs, the little piggies. When you are an offensive line with a fucking nickname, you got to be the shit, right? So give you some stats for these 70s Raiders. They were together from 1968 to 78. Their game record was 115-34. Super Bowl champions, 16 All-Pro selections, 18 Pro Bowl selections, and 4 of them were inducted to the Hall of Fame. That is probably the best offensive line ever.
Bob Brown, Art Shell, Gene Upshaw, Jim Otto are all in.
Their O-line only allowed 24 sacks in 14 games and repeated that stat in 1972. So amazing stat line. The 90s Cowboys, since Anthony picked the 90s Cowboys, they were together from 89 to 97, which is a little skewed because they were also part of some of those badass teams, the teams that sucked. Their game record was 84-60. They are 3-time Super Bowl champion, 14 All-Pro selections, 25 Pro Bowl selections, and 1 Hall of Fame induction. That's Larry Allen. And then they are ranked in this place that they were the number 2 team. We got the 60s Cowboy. Then where's my fucking Hogs? Okay, so we got the 80s Hogs. They were together from 81 to 93. They were 128-72, 3-time Super Bowl championship, 10 All-Pro selections, 13 Pro Bowl selections, and 1 Hall of Fame induction. Again, nobody can fuck with these 70s Raiders. Okay, that offensive line was fucking ridiculous. But my fandom will not allow me to put the 70 Raiders on my team. Okay, so I could not do that and fuck the Cowboys, okay? Because I still remember them getting chased down by Don Beebe. Their strongest outing was the Super Bowl where they opened up holes. So, Doug Williams threw for 4 touchdowns. So that's what we got. So that's what we...
Anthony still got to pick a slot receiver and a tight end.
Oh, Anthony, we need you to pick a slot receiver and a tight end. So, tight end, pick one. Gronk, Kelsey, Gates, or Witten. Jason Witten. Go ahead and pick that for us. And then slot receiver, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, Adam Thielen, and Devontae Adams. Kels, okay? And for the slot receivers, these are the slot receivers. I basically went and found a website that gave us the highest percentage they have played at slots. And unfortunately, even though I did not think Devontae Adams was a slot receiver, he's lined up a lot in the slot. I did not realize the 70s Raiders was that offensive line was that good. Like I have learned this is what I can tell people from being a fan. No, but that's what I said. But when you go and look up the percentage they played at the slot, these four had some of the highest percentages outside of Brandon Cooks. But I couldn't put Brandon Cooks in there. So, like right now, the top slot receivers, Keenan Allen, he got. Right now, the top slot percentages often include players like St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin, Devontae Adams, with Jackson Smith also showing up very high, and Cooper Kupp and Tyreek Hill. Those are like currently right now. Devontae Adams is still considered the slot receiver. I don't know. Like the slot receiver to me was Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman. I can't think of, but yeah, I don't fucking know. He got Keenan Allen. All right. Because when I looked up slot percentages, I'm like, how are we going to do this? Best slot receiver. And then the names started coming up. I was like, wait, what? Let me see slot percentages. So, like in this season alone, in 2025, Keenan Allen, his percentage at slot, he lined up the most at slot, followed by DeAndre Hopkins, followed by Devontae Adams, followed by Adam Thielen. Then you had Brandon Cooks, Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs, Tyler Lockett, Sterling Shepard. Exactly. Hopkins at slot is wild. But right now, they're not. Keenan Allen, Hopkins, Devontae Adams, or Thielen are all in the prime of their careers. So what are they going to be? They're not the fastest people, but they can catch and they have great route running. So why would you not put them at the slot? And remember that running over the middle is not the most dangerous thing in the world. Yeah, Adam Thielen and Brandon Cooks were basically tied. So out of the slot, when I saw this, I was like, this is fucking insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, Tyreek Hill was actually in the slot a lot too. Now, once you get past them, like Mike Evans, you see a lot of Robbie Chosen, Demarcus Robinson, DeAndre Carter, Chris Moore, people that you thought would be in the slot. But yeah, that was fucking crazy. All right, Jeremy, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
I hope everybody had a safe and happy New Year. Whatever your New Year's resolutions were, I hope you guys had fun with them. Make sure you keep to them. I don't make that shit. And stay safe. By the way, if you live in Vegas, no more pet stores. No more new pet stores. Old pet stores have 3 years. So if you think running across the middle is bad, ask Chris. I know it's bad, but it's not like when we were growing up bad. Like targeting took that completely away. Chris Olave got destroyed. Dude, there's a lot of players that got destroyed. Did y'all see the 2 hits in the Georgia game and Ole Miss game? Those are crazy. All right, Jeremy, whenever you're ready, you can take us out, buddy.
Put me in, coach.